Hello, and welcome back to another segment of our K-Wonders Weekly News, where we discuss the trending topics in the K-pop world, what's been happening this past week, and kind of think of this as a little get to know each other slash gossiping about K-pop world segment together. So let's get into it, but right before we start, let's do Music Spotlight. So for the Music Spotlight this week, I have two songs that I'm highly recommending. The first one is by EHI, and it's called Hollow. It's her latest comeback, and I'll get more about her later, but for now, just know that her voice is so husky and beautiful, with a smooth R&B tone, and I'm dying for her to do a collab with Jamie, previously known as Park Ji-min, because their voices together would blend so beautifully, and they have such a similar vibe, and I think it would make an amazing song. And my second song is Hello Stranger by Stray Kids. So this song actually has an accompanying music video, not associated with but this video, I love it so much because it highlights each of the individual members and really showcases their star power and their charms and what makes them unique. I love it so much. So yeah, definitely check out those two songs. And now on to the news. So the first piece of news is that Wonho, previously of Monsta X, is now with Highline Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of Starship, which is the company Monsta X is under. So he's still kind of within the same company, but actually he's going to be releasing a solo album later in August, and we are so excited about that. I know Wonho had so many fans in Monsta X, so many Wonho stans, and everyone is dying to see what kind of music he creates because he's been a vocalist, but he's also a producer, and he kind of has helped on the behind-the-scenes elements of Monsta X's songs as well. So the Wonho stans are really curious to see what happens with his latest comeback and his next album. So congratulations for Wonho. The second piece of news is that EXO's Chanyeol, Baekhyun, and Kai recently appeared on a show called Amazing Saturday, which is a variety show. So that in and of itself, EXO stans and EXO-L are super happy about, just because EXO doesn't get to appear on that many variety shows. So whenever people get to see them kind of just having fun, being themselves, showing their personalities, it's always a highlight of the YouTube feed. But on this particular episode, they kind of dissected the lyrics to their songs and talked about how Chanyeol in particular has usually the most difficult parts in songs, just because he's a rapper, so his parts are usually faster and there's more lyrics packed in a short amount of time. So that's mostly what they talked about, and they joked about pronunciation and things like that. And it's just good to see them three together, just having fun. And the next piece of news is about EHI again. So EHI used to be under YG Entertainment, but recently she switched to AOMG, which is the label that Jay Park owns. So hopefully her fans are really looking forward to more comebacks. When she was under YG, she didn't have that many. She just didn't really release that much music, even though she's super talented. So fans are super looking forward to her music with AOMG. And if you're curious, the reason she picked that company is because she knows Code Kun and Gray, who are both artists under that label, and she's collaborated with both of them. And after talking to them and executives at AOMG, she just decided that was the best move forward for her. And I think that's really good for her. She's gonna do amazing. So the next piece of news is Lisa from Blackpink is the latest brand ambassador for the digital campaign of BVULGARI. BVULGARI is like this designer brand, super ritzy, super expensive, and very classy. And so the fact that she gets to model their jewelry and their watches and rings and everything is kind of a sign that she's really well respected as someone really trendy, really modern, and very poised in the entertainment world. And so the fact that she gets to be a brand representative for them is really good on her. It's good on her reputation, and it just shows that she has that star quality. Lisa is truly bright and shining right now, and I can't wait to see what else she gets to do as her career moves forward. So yeah, the last piece of news is about IU. IU is a solo singer. She's one of my favorites personally because her voice is so beautiful and strong, and she also writes her own music, so she's super talented. She actually has a concert every year, an annual concert that she does, but because of COVID, of course, she had to cancel her concert, and she expressed on the radio show Starry Night that this pretty much saddened her, and she really wanted to be there for her fans, and she looks forward to that concert every year, but because of COVID, she couldn't make that concert. But in the Starry Night radio broadcast, she was talking about how she's been acting in her first feature-length film. All her acting prior to this has been in dramas. You've probably seen her in like Hotel de Luna, my personal favorite, Scarlet Heart Rio, The Producers, among a lot of others, Dream High too. And now she's kind of diving into a different part of acting with the feature film, which she said is kind of different, and she has to really maintain her schedule to keep kind of energetic for that type of work. And she also talked about how now she's a lyricist for other artists. So instead of writing just for her own music, she's been writing for other artists in K-pop as well, which is really cool. I feel like IU is owning herself now, and she's really honing in on her craft and is able to share that now with other artists. So I think it's a really beautiful kind of full circle thing. She is a power girl and she is a boss, so it's awesome. Well, that's all we have today for the K-Wonders news roundup this week. I hope you enjoyed hearing these stories, and please comment below sharing what story impacted you the most, what you're looking forward to hearing more about, and whatever else you'd like to say. We'd love to engage with you. So I hope to see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.